Hey everyone, Frank Menard here. Welcome to this week's video. This week, we're going to be discussing going the extra mile. This is the success principle that changes everything. Have you ever noticed that some people seem to attract the opportunity everywhere they go? They get promoted, they build thriving businesses, people trust them, doors seem to open for them all the time, while others do only what is required, wait to be told what to do, and wonder why life never changes. According to Napoleon Hill, one of the greatest distinctions between average people and extraordinary achievers is a single principle: going the extra mile. Today, we're going to explore why this principle has transformed countless lives, and I'll also explain one of Napoleon Hill's most fascinating formulas for success. Q plus Q1 plus Q2 plus MA equals C. Don't worry, this is not an algebraic equation. I was never good at algebra, so we're not going to do that today. Once you understand this equation, you'll never look at your work or your future the same way again. So why do most people stay stuck? Well, Napoleon Hill observed that the vast majority of people operate with one question in mind: what's the least I have to do? They work for the paycheck. They meet the minimum expectations. They stop when the clock says they're finished. But successful people ask a completely different question: how can I create more value than anyone expects? That single shift changes everything. So what does going the extra mile really mean? Well, Hill describes the going the extra mile as the habit of rendering more service than that for which you are paid. Notice something important. It isn't about working yourself into exhaustion. It isn't about becoming a people pleaser. It's about creating value that exceeds expectations. It's becoming the person people remember, the person people recommend, the person opportunities naturally find. So why does this principle work? Well, the law behind the going the extra mile is very simple. Life has a way of returning multiplied value. Sometimes not immediately, but eventually. When you consistently provide more value, people notice. Your reputation starts to grow. Your confidence grows as well. Your skill improves. And opportunity begins appearing that were invisible before. He'll believe that this principle activates what he often called the law of increasing returns. The extra effort you give today often provides rewards tomorrow that far exceed the effort itself. So let's get back to that success formula we talked about. It's one of my favorite concepts. Q1 plus Q2 plus MA equals C. Now, this equation applies to anything that we do. Let's break it down. Q1 equals quantity of service. How much value are you producing? How much work are you actually doing? How many calls? How many clients? How many lessons? How many people are you serving? Most people stop here. They think success is only about working harder. But Hill says that's only the beginning. Q2 equals quality of service. This is where excellence lives. Not just doing more, but doing it better. Giving your absolute best, paying attention to the details, being dependable, following through, keeping your promise. Anyone can produce quantity. Very few consistently deliver exceptional quality. MA equals mental attitude. This may be the most important variable of all. What attitude do you bring? Do you complain or contribute? Are you enthusiastic, grateful, helpful, optimistic? Hill believed your mental attitude communicates long before your words ever do. People can feel it. Customers can feel it. Family members can feel it. Your team can feel it. Positive mental attitude multiplies everything else. Lastly, C equals compensation. Hill teaches that compensation is the natural result. Notice the order. Compensation does not come first. Service comes first. Quantity, quality, mental attitude, then compensation. Sometimes compensation is money. Sometimes it's opportunity. Sometimes it's relationships. Sometimes it's influence. Sometimes it's trust. Eventually, those rewards often become financial as well. I'd like to share a modern example. Most of you know I come from a real estate background. Imagine two real estate agents, both working 40 hours a week. One answers calls, shows homes, writes contracts, then goes home. The other sends a handwritten thank you notes, provides neighborhood guides, checks in after closing, introduces clients to local businesses who can help when they have issues, calls 6 months later just to see how things are going. Who gets more referrals? Who builds lifelong relationships? Who creates a business that grows without constantly chasing leads? It's the second one. Not because they're luckier, but because they went the extra mile. They did more than what was expected. Even from my military background, I took a lesson. One lesson I carried with me from the Marine Corps is very simple. Mission accomplishment is never about doing just enough. The Marines who earned trust were the ones who volunteered, prepared early, helped others, finished strong. They didn't wait to be asked. They anticipated needs. That same mindset has served me throughout my career in real estate, in coaching, and now as I work with the 17 Club. Going the extra mile isn't something you do occasionally. It's who you become. So how can we apply the extra mile today? Ask yourself these three questions. Where could I deliver more value? Where could I improve the quality of my work? How can I bring a better attitude into every conversation? Who could I help without expecting anything in return? If you begin asking those questions every day, you'll begin separating yourself from the crowd. And here's the hidden benefit. Going the extra mile builds self-confidence. People rarely talk about that. Why? Because every day you prove to yourself that you are capable of more. You stop seeing yourself as average. You begin developing the identity of a leader, someone others can depend on. And that's where true success begins. So here's your challenge this week. This week, I want to challenge you. Choose one area of your life: family, career, business, your health, your relationships. Then intentionally go one step further than anyone expects. Make one extra call, write one extra note, read one extra chapter, help one more person, deliver more value than you're paid for. And do it not because someone is watching. Do it because you're becoming the kind of person who lives by this principle, not convenience. Because when you consistently increase the quantity of your service, improve the quality of your service, and maintain a positive mental attitude, your compensation will eventually reflect it. That's Napoleon Hill's formula. Q1, plus Q2 plus MA equals C. In fact, write that on the top of your daily calendar every single day. Q1 plus Q2 plus MA equals C as a reminder of how you should perform every single day. And after nearly a century, this formula still works. Guys, if today's message challenged you or inspired you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who wants more out of life. I'd also like to hear from you in the comments. What is one way you're going to go the extra mile this week? And if you're looking for a community of men committed to living these timeless principles, I invite you to join us every Tuesday at the 17 Club Men's Mastermind, where together we are unlocking purpose, building character, and applying Napoleon Hill's success philosophy every day. Remember, success isn't reserved for the gifted. It is earned by those who consistently choose to go the extra mile. I hope you go the extra mile. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next week. Have a wonderful rest of your week.